Believe it or not, it's season 2, Paul.
We've made it. Somehow we made it to season 2.
Right.
I love
Paul
it.
Joseph, Jack Silver, the Producers Podcast,
Yep.
season 2, episode 1. Now,
But who's
realistically,
counting?
yeah,
Really?
unfortunately, I am. Now, it easily could have been season 1, episode 11, but
Yeah.
we decided.
I actually thought this was season 1, episode 10, but that shows you where I'm at.
Well, trust me when I tell you, it's season 2 because it's the new fall season. We've made it through Labor Day.
Yes.
And it's time to kind of kick it into, well, higher gear. Well, if that's humanly possible. But Paul, here's, in season 1, we did learn some things.
Yes. What did we learn, Jack?
What did we learn?
Yeah.
Good question. Well, I think what we've learned is, A, this is a colossal waste of time. I mean,
not for us. We're having fun.
Well, we are. It's just whomever is watching this has a lot of time on their hands. And true, I'm joking.
Whoever's watching this, have a drink with us because
right. I would say that hold on.
Yeah.
We got some good feedback in the first season.
I appreciate everybody that's listening. We joke around a lot, but we really appreciate everybody that watches this, and we hope we're entertaining, and I hope we talk about the things you want to hear.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And we learned some things. So we learned that it's a waste of time, but that's kind of a joke. Although we've got a lot of time on our hands during the COVID.
Right.
The second one is no politics.
We don't
our
need
thing.
Politics. Yeah.
Not our thing. Yeah. But we certainly pray for our country. I'll give you that much.
Yes.
What else have we learned? That I wrote this down, but now I can't read my handwriting.
You can't read your own chicken scratch? Let me look there. What do you got?
I can trust me. You can't read these chicken scratches.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. More guests.
Yeah.
In the new season, they really liked the one guest we did have.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're lining more up, by the way, so we're going to have some good guests coming.
Right. And basically here's what they do like. I'll tell you what they like your personal stories, Paul.
Moi?
Yeah, well, you're an interesting person, as it turns out.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, actually, hold on. One thing they want more of before I get to your thing.
Yeah.
They want us to remind everybody why we're the producers. In other words, why would you say you're the producers when you're just two schmoes on a podcast/vodcast?
Well, we're producers and we're two schmoes on a podcast.
Right, and you can be both.
Yeah, well, we are.
It's basically, you and I met in the late 80s.
Right.
KISS FM.
Yes.
You were the executive producer. I came in as an associate producer. We worked together for about 4 years. Then you stayed on with Rick and Ryan Seacrest. I went on to do some programming and some morning show stuff. And forward fast to 2020, we're still producing radio shows. We're still programming radio stations, and hence the name, the Producers Podcast.
Right.
Does that basically sum it up?
And you're not going to mention what I'm wearing because it's a big day for me.
Well,
the Lakers are doing very well.
Well, you deserve to wear that nice. Oh, you're going Lakers top and bottom.
How about that? And not only that, if anybody watching could never guess that you and I are actually about 7 miles away from each other because I'm in this nice T-shirt and you're in a jacket zipped up.
I'm freezing, just so you know. Well,
I don't know what igloo do you live in 7 miles from here? This
has been a wacky weather period that we're in. If you're watching this thing between fires, fog, 121 degrees in Woodland Hills, California.
Yeah.
But today I just felt, and actually you can't really tell this, but it's got a Sunday Night Football logo on it because football season is starting. It's kind of hard to see, but
we're going to get to that. I'm very excited.
All right. Okay. But here's what they do like, Tall Paul. They like the producers when they talk about their personal life. Now I hear through a little birdie, or actually in our pre-production meeting, you had a little dust up with your gardener again. Do tell.
Well, no, listen. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm home now. See, I never even knew any of this stuff went on. The house chores and all the stuff that went on. That's stuff that I never got involved in because I was never here. You know what the job is like when we're working. We're there all the time, the radio station, whatever. But so I'm in a tussle with my neighbor's gardeners. Now, first of all, who has two gardeners? I've never had two gardeners. I have one gardener. They have two gardeners, and they both have leaf blowers. And their new thing is, and when I sit in my office, like right out there, right where you can't see, I can see a wall, and behind the wall is, well, look.
All right, spin it around.
Okay. See that wall?
Yeah.
Okay, that wall, they blow all their leaves back through there, and they come flying, and I'm sitting here just where I am, and it looks like a huge dust bowl. They're blowing up and over and on my car and all over my lawn and everything. So I went out to the guy, this is 2 weeks ago, and I said, sir, could you please not use the leaf blower, because all you're doing is from my neighbor's garden blowing all her leaves over here. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, I'll clean it up. So yesterday, again, just blowing huge things of leaves. I go over to the other guy, the second gardener, and I say, I talked to your man last week, and he wasn't going to do this. Now you're doing it again. And he looked at me and he said, those trees drop leaves. That's from your. I said, well, first of all, those aren't my trees. Those are your trees. I said, so if they are dropping, yeah. And secondly, I said, you're going to clean it up. I said, there's piles of leaves here. You're going to clean. So he looked at me, he said, okay, I'll clean it up. So I went back in the house. I went out about 2 hours later yesterday.
Sure.
They didn't clean it up. They left.
Of course not.
Okay. So now I'm going to go, I guess, what should I do? Should I go to the owner?
Well, yeah, I would start with the owner and say, look, bro, you got your, and don't get me started, Paul, on leaf blowers. Yeah. I don't understand them. In other words,
I don't like them.
Well, here's the problem.
Yeah.
You're blowing the leaves. You got that nice leaf blower and it looks pretty cool. Where are they ending up? You're just pushing them from your house to somewhere else. Now,
they're ending up in my yard.
Aren't they supposed to like blow them and then rake them?
Yeah. He doesn't.
He doesn't do that.
No, he just, there's a garden right there at that wall I showed you, and he just blows them all over here, and then they pack up and they go home.
Yeah. Well, they're probably going, that sucker with the leaf blower that leaf blower crap.
Right. Yeah. Who needs it? You know.
Well, I feel for you because you see those guys all the time. I know they've got and I've used one of those a few times, but you're supposed to put them in a little pile, then scoop them up with your rake and your dustpan and put it in the green bin. Yeah. They're not doing that.
No. Oh.
Well, we wouldn't have this segment if they were, I guess.
I'm choking on the exhaust of their truck as they pull out of here.
Well, that's another thing. Because those things are gas powered, right? And then you get the exhaust. And by the way, one last thing, not only are they blowing the leaves, but there's all sorts of dust and dirt that they're blowing as well. So
it's all kinds of stuff. So I guess the answer is I either write a letter or I walk next door and talk to her.
Talk to her, because if she's paying the guys, because they'll only just kind of blow you off, and it's just the natural flow of
they already did. They blew me off like the leaves.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they did. I said, so you're cleaning that up? They said, sure.
Right. Well, good luck with that. But again, keep us posted, because as it turns out, the listener, the viewers, love to hear about Tall Paul's daily rigmarole.
Well, I'm glad somebody enjoys listening to that, because I don't.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Well, to tie a bow around it, being home in quarantine or in our houses during the COVID,
that's it.
This is what you're going to get.
This is all you get.
Now, speaking of COVID-19, which will it ever end? Let's hope so.
Yeah.
But there seems to be, early on last season, we were talking about the Karens, the middle-aged Caucasian females.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're crazy, who would always have interactions with people for a variety of reasons, not exactly sure why. Now, this week, our Karen of the week, if you don't mind me showing you, Paul, was evidently a woman who was on an American Airlines flight.
Oh.
And you're supposed to wear a mask, well, how about everywhere, but you're specifically on airplanes. Well, she got into a tussle, speaking of tussles, with one of the flight attendants on the airline. And she said, and so it got into a big dust up. They kicked her off the plane, but she left a note. Now, hold on. You got to see this. She left a little note, which is pretty classy. So here's on the barf bag.
That's an actual barf.
she read it like an idiot and wrote this, and I'll paraphrase it if the viewers can't, or if you're listening.
Yeah, just do that.
You mean the S word in life. You are nothing but a glorified maid who needs to jump down off her high horse and learn how to speak to people. Nobody cares about your stupid seat policies or your nose issues, or maybe that's noise. We pay your salary and your attitude is unnecessary. The fact we have to listen to you, nobody does except collect our trash and serve crappy food makes me absolutely ill.
Yeah.
You are a masked Nazi.
Wow.
And a four-eyed C word. And if it wasn't for this job, you would be cleaning motel rooms for tips and meth. By the way, some pretty good writing, to be candid.
Actually, I get, well, she probably had the flight to kind of write that. So
right. And it ends with, I made sure to write this on a bag labeled as to what I think your life actually is: a waste. Warm regards, a person who hates your guts.
Oh, and why'd she scratch out? Did she spell guts wrong, or what is that?
Again, Paul. First of all, people don't know how to write anymore, but it looks like she almost misspelled guts.
Yeah.
And she corrected that.
Right. Well,
but your take.
Look, my take is this: those people that are up there in the air, putting up with all the passengers, are heroes, in my opinion.
Agreed.
They really are. And if they're asking you to wear a mask, or if they're asking you to be a little quiet for it's because other people are complaining.
Yeah.
So we've become a nation that doesn't want to help our own people, help our neighbors, help anybody. Nobody wants to help anybody anymore, it seems. So this woman lashing out at the poor flight attendant who's up there just doing their job is crazy. And to write it on a vomit bag is really,
it's relatively creative. I'll give her that.
I give her an A for creative, but an F for a personality and interaction.
Intent, yeah, no doubt. So how about this? We keep saying it over and over again, but it's worth saying, and well into season 2.
Yeah.
You Karens.
Yeah. It's
got to stop, and it's got to stop right now.
Yeah. Except it helps our podcast. So
it's good fodder. It's it's grist for the mill, as they say.
I thought about it and I said, yeah, go ahead, keep doing it.
All right. Well, now we go from the Karen of the week to something that you brought up, which you've been having a really good time lately with the medical commercials on television. Yeah.
I mean, if you remember a few episodes ago, we actually gave you a test on all these different medical commercials that are on during the day.
Yeah.
But, I think we should start a new category, the most ridiculous commercial of the week.
Okay.
And I think I found it for you, Jack.
In preparing for the show and doing a little pre-show
I know you know about
producing,
it.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money.
This is called Urolift. And what it is, older men who might have a prostate problem, which means they have a hard time urinating.
Right.
Kind of a slow dribble, I guess.
Yeah.
These guys have come up with a technique, which is, I guess if the technique works, that's fantastic. And if men need that, that's great. But I'm wondering if, people, and men in particular, might be a bit upset by the way they put this, because I don't think it's actually going to look like this. But go ahead and show the commercial of after the operation.
Right. So basically, do you see this? Are you seeing the commercial, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. So So Urolift, it's not a sponsor, although we should try to get them.
Yeah.
But basically, to your point, if you're a man and or you've got a prostate issue and your urination is not flowing properly,
right?
And we're not doctors.
No.
But I don't think that after you take Urolift, that this is what you're looking for.
Well, look, it's a procedure. But I mean, any procedure that can get you this kind of results.
Right.
I mean, this is what they're showing. Look at the guy. He's like engulfed in water. Look at the pressure of what they're showing. And it goes on. I mean, it gets better. Look at that.
Right. Now,
look at that. It's a fountain.
Now, do you want
people are holding hands. If you're really going to go to the bathroom like that after the procedure by Urolift, I'm telling you, they hit a gold mine. Look at the boat. That's a fire boat, and it's squirting out everywhere. I mean, how can they do that to a person? I mean, I saw this on TV, and I busted out laughing, and I said, we've got to talk about this, because if there is such a procedure and you need that, these are your guys, because I'm telling you right now, I don't know what kind of underpants you're going to wear to protect yourself.
Yeah,
this is off the hook.
And it keeps going on.
Oh yeah, now there's a beautiful fountain at the end, and then look at that gusher as they give you the final phone number. I mean, to me, it's just the most amazing commercial of all time. I've
Well,
never seen anything like that in my life.
that is classic, Paul.
That is gold.
Well, that's the issue is twofold. A, you don't want your urine flow to go from a dribble to a fire hose.
That's like a fire hydrant.
Anybody within 20 feet there's going to be a big issue.
That's a gusher. You call that a gusher.
Yeah.
If you hit that and that was oil, guess what? You'd be a billionaire. So, I mean, this is like, unbelievable. Whoever wrote that commercial and filmed it, they had to be laughing while they were doing it because.
Well, they should have been. Now, and also, but it's also like, if you're just watching TV and you're kind of not really paying attention and you're kind of watching the screen, you're like, wow, that's a cool. I don't know what it is. It's fun to see boats and fountains, fire hydrants. Really interesting. Yeah. What is that? Oh, that's going to be my urine flow at some point in time.
As soon as you go get that procedure, that is what you're going to look like at the toilet.
Right. Now, if we were doing a morning show, I would say, okay, Paul, I'll take Eurolift.
Yeah.
And let's see, and I'll document my thing.
You go in, it's actually a procedure. It's not a pill.
Oh, it's a procedure?
So they must hone you out. I don't know what they do, but whatever fire pressure they can get to that amount, I would like to, you'd have to do it. Okay. And then we would do a test.
Right.
And maybe we'd put you up against an actual fire hose from 10 feet and see what happens.
Well, on behalf of me and my life insurance company, I'm out.
You don't want to do it?
No. Are you crazy? First of all, no, I don't want to pee like a fire hose or a fountain or a fireboat. I don't.
My other question is, what kind of boring instrument are they using to get that? I mean, seriously, what are they using to go in there and do that?
Well, that certainly is the commercial of the week, and we'll keep looking for those things because, again, and especially in the medical thing, because some of them are, you see people holding hands, running in fields of wheat and barley or whatever they're running in.
Let me tease you. I have one for next week that you're gonna die over.
All right. Well, I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, that's a winner. All right. Ramping down on the producers podcast. Tall Paul Joseph, Jack Silver. We're just having some fun, and hopefully you guys can sit through another.
Cheering for the Lakers.
Cheering for the Lakers. And speaking of which, and we'll wrap it up. We do like sports, Paul, and in season 1 we realized that we did pretty good with our fantasy football stuff.
Yeah.
We'll get to football in just a second, but I just wanted to say that, and I should have had some sort of visual, but are you following Vin Scully on Twitter?
Yeah. I mean, the most amazing storyteller of all time.
Yeah.
And it just continues. I mean, the guy, he's amazing. What is he, 92 or something?
92. Yeah. Been out of the booth since 2016.
Yeah.
And somebody talked him into going on Twitter and doing some, so I would recommend everyone follow him. There's some interesting stuff on there. And it brings back, warm memories, which is all what people are looking for during the COVID problem.
Yep.
Things that give you warmth. So check out Vin Scully on Twitter. I recommend that. It's at the Vin Scully.
Well, hiya, friends. Maybe we'll get him on the air.
Well, that would be something. That would be, I'm sure you met him once or twice. I met him as well. Just the sweetest guy and the best broadcaster. By the way, Paul, only 67 years as the announcer of the Dodgers.
How do you do that? How do you stay in any job 67 years? I mean,
I've stayed in a job 67 minutes. I had a bad run on a morning show and they booted my ass, but I digress.
Was that good old Gwen who said, "Jack, come on in and bring your headphones"?
She was the operations manager, and we got dusted. But I digress. This is all about.
Tell that story next week.
All right,
that's a good story.
Now, the long and the short of it is, is football season.
Yes.
Once you get through Labor Day,
I'm so excited.
It's very exciting. So, pro football's starting, college football's starting, and I hope you got your fantasy team all in place so you can make some money this year.
I have it. I didn't get everybody I wanted, but I got some good players.
Okay, I've got 2 teams and just some public leagues on Yahoo to keep it rolling. And all I can say is, I hope that we get through the season with, the only injuries are like regular injuries, not guys getting the COVID or coaches, and just use the protocols that are in place to keep everyone safe. Because from the beginning of the first game, which was Kansas City at Houston, to the Super Bowl, which I believe is in Tampa, Florida this year, let's hope we have a nice season of pro football, college football, Your Lakers could win a championship. Your Dodgers could win a championship.
Yes.
Although, Tall Paul,
Yeah.
they are saying that all those championships, basketball, et cetera, will have asterisks. Baseball, 60 game season. Are you okay with the Lakers and Dodgers winning with an asterisk, or do you care?
Look, there should have been asterisks last year when Houston cheated and beat the Dodgers.
True. Oh, that's
so,
true.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, I think competition is competition.
Yeah.
If these teams win, whomever wins, you're the winner.
Right.
You play a 10-game series or a 120-game series.
Right. You're just going with the cards that are dealt you. So whatever it is,
Exactly.
it is. Okay.
Exactly.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're saying a prayer for our country. We're saying a prayer for the
Yes.
COVID-19 to be out the door. We're hopeful that football and all sports keep rolling between hockey, golf, college football, pro football.
Love it.
NBA, MLB, keep it coming.
Yep.
All right. Now, Paul, you wanted to remind the listeners to share and comment on our stuff.
Please, if you're viewing us, please like it and share and leave a comment and pass it on to your friends. We love it. We love hearing, and we adjust to whatever you say. So if you want more of something or less of something, or let us know. We love hearing from you.
We do. We did get one heavy-duty critique session from a fellow broadcaster.
He was good. He left quite a diatribe of information.
Yeah, well, it's good, and some of it is cool, but basically it's just two guys, former radio producers, program directors. Not former. I think we still are.
I think we're still doing it.
We're just having some fun. So hope you enjoyed it. Everybody stay safe. We'll see you next time on the Producers Podcast.